Good afternoon. My name is Gary Stroud, and welcome to today's lecture. Today we're going to be talking about understanding the United States business system 2012 and beyond. So at the end of today's lecture, there's three things that I want you to take away. First off, I want you to be able to distinguish between a business and a not-for-profit organization. Secondly, I'd like for you to be able to describe the private enterprise system and explain how competition and entrepreneurship contribute to that system. And then lastly, I want you to be able to identify the 6 eras of business and explain how that relationship influences the contemporary business. Okay? Are we all clear? Well, let's go on then. Let's start off with what is business? Business, boy, it consists of all profit-seeking activities and enterprises that provides goods necessary to our economic system. Some businesses produce tangible goods, like the automobile industry. Some businesses produce services, like our healthcare industry, right? But businesses provides the means through which a standard of living improves. If you're employed, your standard of living is better than being unemployed, right? The heart of every business endeavor is an exchange between the buyer and the seller. The buyer needs something, needs a good or service, and the seller has something, and they want money for that service or good. Profits are the rewards for business people, that they're taking the risk in blending those people, technology, and information to create the market and satisfy the needs of the market with their goods or services. And although profit is a central quest for all those businesses, business people still should recognize that their social and ethical responsibilities to employees, customers, suppliers, competitors, government, and general public. So that's what a business is. Next, not-for-profit organization. Many times I have students ask me, so should a not-for-profit organization make a profit? Why shouldn't it? I mean, what do they do with all that money? Well, not-for-profit organization is their main objective is public service. Not-for-profit organizations operate in both the public and the private sector. You would recognize museum, library, a trade association, charitable organizations. So where do they get their money? Revenues are coming from donations, memberships, grants, taxes, special fundraising activities. Pick a local not-for-profit organization and you'll see its residents. I'm thinking about one right now, NPR, which is a national public radio station. It's always having fundraising. Fundraising activities provides income so it can stay on the air, and the service that it provides to its customers is shows about music. The shows are about all kinds of things, but maybe many of you have heard that or listened to National Public Radio. So what are the essential functions of a business? Well, there's essential functions I'm talking about would be like marketing and human resources, and they are very important part for the not-for-profit organizations, and they face the same challenges as a normal business. All right, a not-for-profit organization is a major part of the United States economy. They about 1.5 million not-for-profit organizations in the U.S. right now, and they have assets of over $1 trillion. So those are some of the differences between a business and a not-for-profit. Okay, so what are the factors of production? So there's four basic factors of production. There's natural resources, capital, human resources, and entrepreneurship. Let's go through those. Natural resources. Those include all the productive inputs that are useful in their natural states, like agriculture, land, building sites, and forests. So that's a natural resource. Capital. You know what that is. That's the money, right? But it also includes things like technology and tools, information, physical facilities. Technology is a broad term that includes both production lines, basic inventions, and telecommunications. Human resources. Well, that includes everyone who works, right? This category encompasses both the physical labor and the intellectual inputs contributed by the workers. And then lastly, entrepreneurship, the willingness to take risk and to create and operate a business. An entrepreneurship is someone who seeks a potentially profitable opportunity and then devises a plan to achieve success in the marketplace. All right? So far, we've covered what a business is and what a not-for-profit business is and those factors of production. Are there any questions? Okay, well, let's continue. I'd like to now describe what a private enterprise system and explain how competition and entrepreneurship contribute to that system. So the private enterprise system. It's an economic system that rewards businesses for their ability to perceive and serve the needs and demands of the customers. It's pretty simple, right? You think about Facebook that went public last Friday on the NASDAQ exchange. Mark Zuckerberg wanted to put a system together for his fellow students at Harvard. He wanted them to be able to socialize on the internet. So he created Facebook, never thinking that it was going to grow to what it is today, right? With minimal government interference, it's grown up. Businesses are adept at satisfying customers' needs, and they gain the necessary factors of production, and then they earn profits. So once he realized that there was a demand out there, people wanted to connect with their friends and their relatives and share their photos and things like that, then he thought, well, I can sell advertisement on my site, and that's how he makes the most of his revenue. And then the second part of the private enterprise system is capitalism. That's just another name for the private enterprise system. Adam Smith first described this in 1776. He believed that the economy should be regulated by the invisible hand. And by that he meant the hand of competition. So the battle among businesses for the consumer acceptance. What do we mean by that? Think about the automobile industry for a moment. There are many varieties of cars, right? Cars and trucks. And so there's competition between Ford and Chevy and Chrysler and Ford, and it goes on and on and on. So that's the invisible hand. Customer can go to any of those car companies that they like. And then lastly, in the private enterprise system, there's the competitive differentiation. That's the unique combination of organizational abilities and approaches that sets a company apart from its competitors. So what sets Chrysler apart from Ford? So to be successful, each firm must find a basis to set themselves apart, right? And then they face that critical task of keeping up with the changes in the marketplace. I noticed recently that in some of the cars is that we started putting internet connection. So we're just kind of keeping up with the demand of the marketplace, right? So that's the first thing. That's the private enterprise system. Then let's talk about the basic rights of the enterprise system. That can be broken down into four things: private property, profits, freedom of choice, and fair competition. So what is private property? Every participant has the right to own, use, buy, and sell, and bequeath most forms of property. It's the most basic freedom under the private enterprise system. Profits. Business owners are guaranteed the right, legally and ethically, the right to all profits after taxes that they earn on their activities. Business owners are not assured of earning profits. There's that risk. Freedom of choice. The system relies on the potential of citizens, you and I, to choose what we want, where we want to go to work, what do we want to buy, what do we want to invest in. A private enterprise economy maximizes that individual human welfare and happiness by providing alternatives, right? And then lastly, fair competition. The public's allowed to set the rules for the competitive activity. And then we set laws that prohibit such activities as cutthroat competition, price gouging, or discrimination and fraud in the financial marketplaces. Third thing is the entrepreneurial alternative. The significance of entrepreneurs can't be denied. 1 in 7 businesses today are small businesses. Our small businesses are the ones that generate all the jobs in the economy. Not all the jobs, but the majority of jobs. They start our economy, right? Entrepreneurs find novel ways to use natural resources and technology. They're very important. Thank you very much for your attention today, and if there's any questions, please be sure to contact me.